David, it is that time, my guy. What do you think?
It is definitely that time, Pulse, and I'm excited to hear a lot more about CodyFight. We've had them here before. I've been following them for years, and I love these segments of the space where we get to ask them what the listeners want to know, because that's who we're really doing this for at the end of the day. Everybody who does not know what CodyFight's doing, we've all been following them. We love the cool stuff happening over here in the space, but once again, I want to remind the listeners, if there is anything specific you want to know from CodyFight, I've got the comments open right in front of me, and I'm the one talking to them. Whatever you guys want to know, drop it in there in the bottom right, and we will get to it in this space. But Pulse, CodyFight, it's time in the Bruce Buffer voice.
Do you want me to do that? I've never even done that for you. Did you know I could do that? Let's get ready for CodyFight, bro. I got the voices. Let's go, CodyFight. I'm excited for you. This is my first spaces with you guys. I had to sit back so far from the phone to not blow out your ears. I want to know about CodyFight as if I had not heard about you guys. Can you do me a favor and jump in from the very base and give me that pitch?
Yeah, sure. So, CodyFight is a chess chess type of game. Turn-based strategy, accessible for everyone on mobile, desktop, or via API. It's a game for tech-savvy people and for casual as well. So if you wanted to exercise your mind, this is a game for you. And if you want to just dive a little bit, or even not a little bit, a lot deeper in the complexity of building AI bots, running your bot farm, learning how to code, or actually building a skill and this way start earning, this is a place for you.
So the building journey, I was kind of asking some other questions about what is the reason that these brands get in. So now specifically for you guys, what was the inspiration for you guys to get into this? Why gaming? You've been doing it for a long time. Like David said, this isn't like you just started last week. Why have you been doing it this long? Why the stick-to-itiveness?
That's a builder's mentality, probably. All, yeah, that's the first fact. And then, as I mentioned, all three founders, we are gamers. Of a different ground, of a different background, but in the end, when you look at everything in your life, life is a game. Things around you is a game, and the way you interact, yeah, it's a game. And on a personal level as well, when you look, yeah, we have that conflict in our personalities, some of them, yeah, broken childhoods and so on, but you have that resilience built, and you have that uh, basically end goal or the aim, where you want to go, and you know that your happiness depends, on the amount of shit you have to eat along the way in order to respect everything you achieve.
So
um,
I don't want to dive
yeah.
deep, but the way you said that right there, I'll just throw this out there. Escape for me too when I was younger, and since you mentioned like had maybe some childhood issues and stuff like that, nobody's here to tell a sad story, but gaming and your origin story can be huge, and if gaming was an escape for you, it's going to massively shape your drive as an adult and the games you're making. Is that sort of what you're saying the inspiration a little bit is?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, a game was ability to escape from reality. Game was ability to socialize, and we started from those gaming rooms where there were a couple tellies, Atari tapes, connected. We've been, paying coins just to hang out and do a couple battles in there. So yeah, it builds sort of that culture, that thing in your blood, and then later on as well, you learn different skills, through the games. Especially when you play different games, you learn language, you learn how to socialize, you learn slangs, and that as well is a valuable skill, for you in the future.
I knew a lot of people that learned all their first English in the Halo waiting lobbies. It was probably not the best example of how to speak English, but they got a real quick grasp on all the words they would need in traffic. Also, would be a good example of stuff like that. So, yeah. And David, some of the gaming that you've done too, I know you're into the same stuff when it comes to meeting other people, expanding your horizons and stuff like that. That's a big part of it. The social aspect has always been a huge part for you, right?
Oh my God, Pulse. That to me, that's the biggest part. Like when it comes to all of these online games, World of Warcraft, Magic the Gathering, Halo, Call of Duty. And first off, let me say, the waiting room, the PlayStation Network waiting room, if you have been in that for more than 69 seconds, the shit posting on Twitter should not bother you. Gamers are hardened from that type of experience. So this kind of Web3 stuff, it's fun to us. I really think gamers would love it a lot more because of that entire experience, the waiting rooms, the social aspects. We need to really showcase that more instead of just pointing to tokens. Show the fun stuff, show the similarities to what people are used to. And that's something that I actually want to bring up for CodyFight after, but I'm going to throw this back to you, Pulse.
So I'll ask one more thing since I'm the one that's basically learning, and I'm kind of taking David's job here because he's always the one that asks, but he's had the spaces before. Can you tell me, because there is a token involved here, can you tell me about the token and how your token is involved in what CodyFight is doing?
Yeah, so from the very beginning, which started 3 years ago, from that idea, the token was sort of in mind, and and we were looking at the blockchain and ability, uh, yeah, for people to, how to say, having this asset ownership. But as a proper gamers, we started building the game, and then later on we said that we're gonna catch up with all this latest tech, and we're gonna bring it in. Uh, at the same time, this is a very perfect example what Web3 space is all about. Token gives you ability to build runway, to raise, to build that edge, and as we know in the space, things are happening really fast. So yeah, you can move fast, but unfortunately, we know that building a game takes some time. And yeah, right after 8 months of intensive testing of the economy testing, we plugged in C token, which has been launched last week. And straight away, the first use case, you get to pay as an entry fee to the competitive gaming entry, and from there you can get the rewards. Here, Skill2Earn kicks in. You basically challenge your opponent for a certain stake, and the winner takes it all. So after battle, one is loser, one is winner. Then as well, you can enter the competitive league where you have a low entries, but as well you need in between repair CodyFighters and upgrade your stack. And yeah, if you wanna participate in AI bot farm battles, then probably you will need to scale, buying, like unlocking more CKS, which allows in a sort of multi-accounting. So, I mentioned two things: building AI bots and allowing multi-accounting in a game, which we can touch later on. But in the end, we see at a four key ways of using a token in the game. So one of obvious is active gamers rewarding for winning tournaments, championships, and that's basically lowering entry to esports for anyone around us. Then community members contributing, adding value to the project. So we have a map builder or MVP already launched in our game. So already half of our game sequence maps are built by the community. So why shouldn't they own a piece of the project if they're contributing in this way? Themselves, the developers building programming bots in different languages, and this way expanding uh, platform for the community to use AI bots. And the last but not least, this is a bit tricky, but yeah, that utility is coming a bit later on. But we see a token as a good possibility to bring investors and gamers closer. So look at the those wager model battles and so on. So you look at the investors as sponsors for tournaments, for certain teams, or even individual players. In a way, they provide liquidity, for the gamers who can enter the competitive league or those high-stake battles, and they both then can share the rewards. So yeah, that's
Love that. And I actually want to continue on the topic of the not really on the token, but there are two things that I know gamers like. Obviously, tournaments. That's something that you touched on. I am curious about that. And the other is TikTok. I mean, I don't know what it is. We like TikTok. Are we gonna get a C-Talk TikTok dance? Oh my guys, look, the C-Talk dance. That literally fits perfectly. What's going on, CodyFight? What are you guys cooking?
whoa, C-Talk dance. Oh, mate, I need to borrow that definitely. Yeah. So what was the question?
The kind of tournaments you guys are planning. Do you have any
Right.
tournaments where you're gonna try to use those to bring more players, more gamers in? I mean, I kind of think that's perfect. We've got the play to airdrop, a lot of different ways for people to earn the token, farm the token. But now that you're already out, like, are you gonna have different seasons? You're gonna have ways for gamers to come in, get some tokens, and then tell them that you're planning the C Talk dance.
Amazing, amazing question. So first of all, our game loop is tied to the season uh, system, and again, we did that testing. So every season will finish with free NFT mint of CodyFighters you've been upgrading during the season. Every season, we unlock a new collection of CodyFighters with new skills. So players they start with one, they unlock more skins, they climb through rarities. There are missions, ever expanding skill tree, and towards the end of the season, the best players they can take that Codifighter buddy out and bring that to their wallet. So that's the first, yeah, that's the first thing. And during the season itself, so yes, our competitive league, it's a freaking hybrid of Magic the Gathering, Lola. What was the third one? I always forget. The guy's gonna kick me in the ass. But basically, there's a hybrid, of and Valorant, yeah, of multiple competitive systems we've experienced through our lifetimes as a gamers. So yeah, the one, the Genesis one, the Llamas Maze, it's with pretty fast ranking, and yeah, the higher the rank, the better you rewards they have. The better rewards you have, and basically from now on, every week we have some weekly tournament happening in the community. So typical, brackets tournaments, or as well we use that for educational and onboarding approach. As well, we have blitz tournaments for newbies. For game nights, I love this, using blitz event. The other day we did that for Travala gaming community. It's just like a fast forward version of our main competitive league. And yeah, people, they enjoy, fast 2-round battles, 3 rounds, 3 matches you play. So either you climb down the rank or you drop down, and yeah, so it's really, it gets really intense when you think, from the turn-based strategy game. But yeah.
All right, absolutely love that. And I think we've got about 5 minutes left in here. I'm going to start scrolling through the comments, looking a little bit more closely for that. Pulse, what is it that you want to ask CodyFight?
Well, I always have that one question I like to ask at the end because it gives them a couple of minutes to reflect on the experience of being here. And I frame it like this: if we haven't had our spaces before, there are a lot of people that come to Mario's spaces that are hearing about CodyFight for the very first time. They are hearing all this, it's new to them, but there are also people that have been with you that followed you here to hear you speak, and they're very excited for you to be on the show. So, two different audiences of people. As you are here, and we're getting ready to shut down the spaces in a couple of minutes and do the closure, what would you want everyone to be thinking about as the last thought before we go today? What are your final thoughts for them?
Ooh, you know, With CodyFight, we're aiming to build the next classic game. So we already see that through our approach, we can then through the curiosity, we can definitely achieve a part of our vision to replace coding academies with simple games like CodyFight. And in the end, we went together with a community who jumped in and started building together to build the next classic game with AI. So this is a gaming platform between the humans and AI. So this is gonna be a next classic Bomberman with AI Twitch.
Those are great points. And I know when you say coding academies, I've got a couple of those that sprung up near me. And you know what's funny is they didn't stay open as long as I thought they might. It must be a tougher business than I realized. And when they went in, I even thought to myself, like, this doesn't need to be a physical building. I don't understand like why they're bringing kids in. So you're saying that is directly what your goal is to make the idea of a coding academy obsolete, because it should just be something you can play and learn, right?
Exactly, and we already have, across our small and like very active community, I can count across 30 gamers who had no idea about the code before they joined our community, started playing. Then they later on they saw the benefits of building that AI bot and actually automating your gameplay, because playing daily casually, they see actually I can apply these tactics. I just need to learn a snippet of Python code, of JavaScript code. So that's where where the tech savvy side of the community jumps in. They provide the basic client, and then from that moment, simply learning by doing, the guys they start optimizing their own bots, deploying, and um, having that approach as well. So even I use that approach because I'm the guy, who talks and who does the marketing side. But yeah, 15 minutes of grinding, and I already can run a bot
I've connected with
with
a
that.
lot of what you have said today. So I appreciate you taking the time to come in here and enlighten all of us about CodyFight. David, in your dive in the comment section, did you come up with anything good?
I did. There were honestly, Pulse, there were way too many good questions in there. And I think this one that I'm about to ask pretty much sums it all up. It's going to give everybody a much better idea of what CodyFight is looking for in terms of their future. And that's what I want to ask you guys. I mean, CodyFight, you have been here building for years. Where will you be 5 years from now?
After two. So in that moment, is gonna be codified is gonna be chain agnostic. It's gonna be open source. As I said, in 4 years, we seek already to replace coding academies. And yeah, there's going to be massive multiplayer tournaments. And we're definitely going to change a shape, a scene in how esports can be also, how to say, accessible for tech savvy players.
Oh man, absolutely love that. Just gave me hope. I mean, I'm excited for it. I love what you guys are doing, and I can't wait to see what's coming next. Want to take this time to thank everybody for coming out today. All of the listeners who came to support CodyFight, hear about what they're doing, listen to us talk about gaming, keep up to date on the different affairs happening in crypto. Everything we're talking about in the newsletter, Telegram, here in Spaces. You want to make sure to pay attention because this industry, oh my God, guys, 69 things happen every single day, and that's on the low end. But once again, thanks to all the listeners for coming out, all of the speakers for coming up. CodyFight, Mario Pulse, you guys are amazing. Mo, Roger, you both are cool too. Love everybody in here. And until next time, we will catch you all in the next Mario Nawfal and the Roundtable Spaces. Have a great day, everybody.